Nancy Cordes is tracking the Democratic race. She's with the Democrats, joins me now, however. First, Nancy, Bernie Sanders, explain again his appeal specifically in Wisconsin.
Well, Wisconsin has a lot of college students, a couple really big universities. He always does well with young voters.
Check.
A very progressive state with a big liberal base. Check. A very white state. He often does well with white voters. Check once again. And so this is kind of a state that's been a natural constituency for him for a while. Long before we got into Wisconsin primary season, he was just heading over there for a day here and there and drumming up 20,000 people for a rally. So he has had a lot of support in that state. Some polls, like our own, show that the race is pretty close going into today's primary. Others show that he's got more of a lead. I can tell you that you can tell a lot by where the candidates go. Hillary Clinton was last in Wisconsin on Saturday, and she got out of there. If she really thought that she could pull off a victory there, she would be there, have been there the last couple of days fighting it out till the end. Instead, she's here in New York.
So that speaks really to the optics of where she may be looking. It also speaks to the optics of this moment. Put another way, how big a loss then would it really be for her?
Well, I think, the Clinton campaign knew that they were going to have this stretch where they were going to lose a bunch of states. They had been saying that for weeks. Bernie Sanders tends to do better in caucuses. We've had a string of caucuses. Caucuses reward the candidate with the most enthusiastic supporters, because you're asking people not just to walk into a booth and pull a lever and leave. You're asking them to go someplace and be there for 2 hours advocating for your candidate. So the candidate whose supporters are really fired up, and Bernie Sanders supporters are, they do really well. And he won by landslide margins in some of these recent states: Hawaii, Alaska, Idaho, etc. So the Clinton campaign has been prepared for this. They even put out a memo preemptively last night reminding folks, hey, she might lose in Wisconsin, but she's really still winning. She's still got a prohibitive lead among delegates. Bernie Sanders would still need to win by 60% in some of these really big states coming up, like New York and New Jersey and California, to catch up to her.
Is there a concern, however, within her campaign that perhaps New York, a state that, as she looked at the schedule, this was the firewall, this was the place where she was going to get well? Is there a concern that it may not be the firewall that they'd hoped it would be?
You never want to face a challenge in your home state. I remember with Marco Rubio, for example, how everyone said if he can't even win his home state,
that's it.
He's done.
Yeah.
You can't lose your home state.
John
and
Kasich
go
is still in this race because he won Ohio.
Exactly. And so could she survive a loss in New York? Yes. Would it be, a big dent in her momentum as she moves forward? Again, yes.
Nancy Cordes with the Democrats. We appreciate it.
Good to be with you, Josh.